Afternoon. If you're disabled, you want to walk again. If you're in medical disease, you want to cure again. That's a problem of stem cells. So, my visual one show the stem cell. What can be done, right? So, two things I talk about today: the stage of stem cell become live, cause of life, and second thing is that prove that stem cell are not live, so ethical issue is not an issue. So, embryonic stem cell use is ethical, right? Why is it so controversial? Because of matter life and death. That examine why stem cells is use is ethical. Stem cells can help people with disability. It's a new frontier of medicine. That's why ethical issue is being questioned. Now, my main point is that the stage of stem cell cross to become live. Early stage embryo of less than 100 cells are not live. And live is a type of cells become a special cells and a special function. That is called a live cells. So this according to Sue Shear, professor of cells and telomere biology at University of Michigan Medical School, right, commented stem cell is a cells until the 5th day when it sends a signal and convert into a specialty cells, so it become live. So some ask when is the cell become live? In opposite to that, embryo cells research say the embryo have beginning is in the baby is alive from beginning, right? So Stanford Children Health, Stanford Children Health, the best hospital on under the U.S. News 202/2021, describes stem cell as a special cell that can develop into other cells. Stem cells are live cells from the start, and other cells have stem from the function of the cells. So this visual too, stem cell is the dividing cell itself. Right. Then in response to the opposition, early stage embryo do not count on life because there's no love, no heart, no limb, no special human tissue, right? It is only a cells in no particular function, no life is being formed. Dr. Diana Ewing, PhD, a bench biologist and chemist research at National Institute of Health, mentioned that no individual present in a stem cell. So there's no feeling, no sense, right? So basically a stem cell is getting bigger by dividing, as I showed just now, right? And if it becomes specific cell, then it becomes a live cells, right? California Institute of Regenerative Medicine have $3 billion funding, the biggest research in the world, and which have 1,000 stem cell program going on, right? Under the website, Myth and Misconception, they argue that stem cells used for research are destined to be discarded, so it could consider as a dead cells. So basically discard dead cells, so basically ethical question is not called into question because it's been discarded, right? So the question is about ethical. It's not if ethical, it's when it's ethical. Stem cell is not a bit of an ethical issue. As we had discussed just now, stem cells are not live by definition, by scientific definition. Either function, use of life, or spreading, or specific purpose of life. So let us look into stem cell ethical issue. The main point is embryonic stem cells are not by definition as a live cells. That issue is not issue. There is no connection between abortion and human embryonic stem cells. So no life is being taken. Embryonic cells is not life. By definition, it's just only grow bigger and bigger. It's only become life when it be changed to other specialty function cells, especially attached to the uterus. So there's nothing wrong, but only right that be bold. There's a visual tree. Let's be bold. Embryo cells research uses aborted fetus, thereby, by definition, aborted fetus is not live, right? Because if you're aborting it, does not make it not life, right? So, but in the Parliament of Australia, in the special report, issue 5, 2002-2003, it talks about key ethical issue in embryonic. It talks about no matter how different between developing a human being and embryo, and how you treat the embryo, from beginning embryo is life. In response to the opposition, by the time a human embryo attracted to uterus, the special cells in its form become life cells. So likewise, when embryo is discarded or not wanted for reason of abnormality, it is good as dead. So basically, using a stem cell for research purpose is not question of ethical issue, right? It just measures recycle and reuse the cells for scientific purpose, right? Penny Stanford, PhD, University of California, Berkeley, right? It talks about without thorough or feeding or awareness of any kind by the embryo, the fetus have no life itself, so cannot be harmed. So cannot consider life. So after 8 weeks, then it attains consciousness because of changing the special type of cells, right? Also, Dr. Stephen Lambert, Research Division of Health and Social Care Research, King College, talk about the use spare embryo as research purpose, which is destined discarded or not being used. So basically, the issue of ethical is not an issue at all. So embryonic cell is a medical cells, right? So today, I summarize with the discussion today is that, we thought it's a both sides of a coin. So either you go the bad or the good, let's embrace the best of it. So in summary, we speak of stage of the cells before life, right? Coexist together as embryonic cells. So when it crosses a stage, become live cells. So this is stem cell, issue 4. Issue 4, stem cells become other cells. And then the second is that we explain that as embryonic stem cells are not live, so the ethical issue is not an issue itself. So when a cells have no life, so there is no issue in itself of using it as for research purpose. So embryonic stem cells use is ethical. So let us embrace it as FDA going to have a lot of clinical trial. One day become using stem cell therapy as a new frontier of medicine. Science are based on fact, so is medicine.